good on in here, or are we good on live stream? Okay, wow. We apologize. We've had a few technical difficulties here at Zingo Corporate, but I'm glad you're here. I'm excited to be here, honestly. You know, a little over 10 years ago, oh my gosh, Dwayne, Colli, some of you people that were here in the beginning, we had this little eight-page fax that we used to send out. I found a copy of it today. How exciting is that? Because, you know, this was a little over 10 years ago, and here we are, launching the new division of X926, and we've got a 7-page fax that we can send out. Well, we don't have to fax it anymore. You know, I'm feeling old because I remember the fax on demand. I don't even remember how it worked. I just remember that phrase, fax on demand, that we used to use. I just want to real quickly for a minute share, because I'm probably not going to get any more time after I let our speakers come up here in a few minutes. But Zango about 2 weeks ago, just over 2 weeks ago, gave us, my wife Carol, she got a 7-day supply of X926, and I got one. And we were just cranked, excited to try it out. Well, let me tell you, we split that in half. And so she gets half a pack and I get half the other pack. And I just want to share what's happened in my own life, because it's exciting. Because now I know without a shadow of a doubt that this stuff is powerful. And that's why we're excited about it. So real quick, I'm just going to share. You know, on the package, folks, it says take 1 to 2 hours before you go to bed. Well, I never remember that. Forget that idea. So about midnight, about 10 days ago, I take a little bit of my half of sample and go to bed. It's midnight. I wake up at 4 a.m., the usual restroom break, okay? And that's, okay, I'm almost 61. And so when I roll out of bed, I'm a little stiff, I'm a little sore, I'm a little, you know, creaky, okay? And so I roll out of bed and realize, hey, there's no pain whatsoever. And I'm going, wow, this is cool. This is 4 a.m. in the morning and I'm thinking this. And then as I'm not shuffling to the bathroom, you know that little slow shuffle you do, you know, when you're getting older? Well, I'll tell you what, I was about skipping over to the bathroom. Just about. I know that seems weird, but it's going to get weirder here in a minute. Because I haven't told you the rest of the story. Okay, so I crawl back in bed and I'm laying there and going, okay, what else am I noticing from this X926? And I'm going, all right, this is exciting. This is exciting. Now normally, you know, we're one of Utah, we have one of the highest pollen rates in the nation. Because I have a little map on my phone, a little app that shows me that. And so generally I have a little congestion in the head, and I'm breathing through my nose, and the oxygen is going all the way through the brain. Folks, this is exciting when the brain gets oxygen. And so, okay, what else am I feeling? And I'm going, okay, what am I really feeling here? And I'm feeling this, here's how I describe it. Now, I know what the Limitless feels like, and I know what the Ignite feels like, but here's how I describe it. As a calm energy. From the top of my head to the tips of my toes to my fingertips, this calm energy just flowing through the body. Now, I don't know how Zango did this. I have no idea. But here's the next thought that came into my mind. And I have no idea how they did it. I'm feeling half my age. Whoa. And I went, this, oh, please, please, please don't stop that feeling. But we have a product that's going to change the face of the earth in the area of anti-aging. And this is just the immediate result. Think of what can happen 3 to 4 to 5 weeks down the road. And then 5 to 6 to 7 months down the road. Folks, this is the time to jump on board. You know, we did this 10 years ago with this little stack of papers here and a juice that my wife and I actually didn't taste till after 4 weeks after they were open. We were just praying it tasted good. That changed my life a little over 10 years ago. This is going to be the next huge change. We want you to come on board. It's my pleasure to announce one of our speakers tonight. She happens to be my sponsor, my mentor in this industry. She said, you know what, you can do it. You just got to put your mind to it. I told her what my dreams and what my goals were about 11 years ago. And I think I shocked her just a little bit, but she kept the pressure on just the right amount so that we could achieve those goals and those dreams. And folks, we've done just outstanding over the last 10 years. And we're ready to go for another 10, 20 years. We're excited about our company and the new division of X926. I wish we could say the name, but I kept saying to myself, don't say it, don't say it, don't go there. And I won't. I know better. Anyway, it's my pleasure to bring up 500K multi-millionaire club member, Colli Butler.
Thank you. Okay, am I on?
Nope,
Nope.
nope. Shout.
I'm on now. All right, awesome. It's so good to see everybody here, and I want you to know something that I'm going to step back to the camera. That just a couple of weeks ago, the leaders in Zango came in to this room and sat in those seats at these tables and heard about something that blew us away. And I want you to know that, you know, I've been in the industry now for 24 years, and so over the last 24 years, I've seen some amazing products, and I've seen a lot of hype. And I have seen some amazing companies, and I've seen a lot of wannabes. And I've seen a lot of things in the industry. And when, almost 11 years ago, when I heard about this magical fruit from Southeast Asia that had more medicinal benefits than any other single botanical ever discovered, that had these little things called xanthone molecules that you could actually look at and study under a microscope, that had this third-party science and credibility and research that had been done decades before these guys ever thought about bringing this product to market commercially, I thought, wow, that's a story. If that product really works the way this science shows it, it could. If these xanthones are really what they say they are, if it tastes good, if it works, if people get benefits. But wait, who's bringing this to market again? These founders that combined experience, had over 100 years of experience working as mid-level managers and above for other big, giant network marketing companies that had brought new botanicals to market before, that had opened other countries internationally, that had branded and that had done all the things that Zango would have to do to be successful. They had spent decades doing and learning from all the mistakes and all the successes of the top companies in the industry. So I thought, wow, I think I could take a chance on this team. And so I did. I took a leap of faith. It was really scary because I'm afraid of startup companies. I'm not the kind of person who wants to jump around from deal to deal to deal. And when you get involved in startup companies, your odds are like 95% that it's not going to make it, and you're going to be on to something else and something else. But I thought, wow, with a product like this, and with founders like this, let me see the comp plan. So they showed me this comp plan, and I looked at it, and I went, wow, I only have to build a team of 3. I just have to find 3 people who want more out of life, and I could make a 5-figure monthly income, really? Now, I know it's not easy to find 3. I might actually have to find 20 or 30 or 40 to find 3, but, you know, hey, I have the rest of my life, right? And if I keep talking to people and inviting people to take a look at this, I'll bet you someday I could find 3 or 4 or 5. I found 5, and that helped me become a 500K, and the only difference between me and a premier is I've got 5. A 200K has 4. You just heard from 200K, Tom Ferrier. He has 4. As soon as he has 5, he's a 500K. 6, 7, we just can keep growing. See, the sky's the limit. That's amazing. But I only have to have 3 to become a leader and earn in a global bonus pool that's worldwide sales. Just 3 to be able to travel the world and live my dreams? I can find 3. I knew I could, and I did. And so did many, many, many other people. As a matter of fact, in the first 10 years, well, let me go back to 5 years. In 5 years, Zango built this juice made from this mangosteen fruit into a $1 billion brand and accomplished so many other things. By 10 years, they'd created over 100 millionaires, dozens and dozens of multimillionaires, opened over 40 markets internationally. And now we came into this room and we sat there in those seats and we heard about what was coming next. Not just an amazing new botanical and a discovery that has science and folklore and all that behind it, but a marketing strategy unlike anything I had ever heard before. So to tell us all about this X926 and this new amazing opportunity, please bring up 500K Premier Dwayne Dyer.
Nicely done.
Wow, it's an honor for me to be here, and so many of you appreciate that. And Colli is doing fantastic to be in the same room. It's truly an honor to be on. Good. Well, as Colli mentioned, we just got introduced to this a couple of weeks ago, and by now, hopefully, many of you have been able to go on to the website and follow X926 and see what this program is and see what's going on here. But I just have to say a little bit about what Colli said, and that is when we started, as Tom mentioned, 8 black and white sheets of paper, and we were actually charging $35 for that. So, it was a real thrill for me to see those 8 black and white sheets of paper again, because I began to realize what we were able to build here, charging $35 for 8 black and white sheets of paper. But it was more than the 8 black and white sheets of paper. It was the story of the xanthones and the mangosteen and the discovery that it was. And as Colli has said so well, look what it's done. Look what it's done to people's lives all around the world. Now, in the last 2 weeks, I have been in Canada, and then I've been in Mexico. I just got back Sunday night. And I had an opportunity to talk a little bit about X926 in both those markets, a little bit about the compensation plan, which I believe Colli's going to go through tonight, and a little bit about the product, X926. And I got to tell you, it was a thrill because they are excited. In fact, they were so excited in Mexico that they drove 2 hours back over to Mexico City from a little town called Toluca. Actually, not a little town, probably a couple million people in Toluca. But they actually picked me back up, drove me all the way back to Toluca again, so they could spend all day on a Saturday and just ask question after question after question. And their excitement and their enthusiasm reminded me of the early Zango days. Now, we had a conference call that Joe Morton hosted just recently. And it was exciting to hear all the beeps come into that call. Just beep, 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 beep. All for the first 15 minutes of the call. And we felt like it was Zango all over again in the very early days. And this excitement is well-founded. This is going to be an explosion here at the company. The company's going to explode 4, 5, 6 times its current size, and it's a sizable, substantial company now because of what they've been able to do, what they've been able to discover, and what they've, been able to accomplish by doing something that's so unique, so innovative in the industry by layering a compensation plan within a compensation plan. No company that I am aware of, I've been in this industry for 25 years, has ever done this. They have created new compensation plans. They have changed the current compensation plan. They have renamed sometimes entire new divisions, but no one that I know of has ever kept the tree structure intact, enrolled everybody into a new compensation plan simultaneously as the activity in the existing compensation plan and layered them one above another. I know there's going to be a lot of questions about it, and we're going to go through a lot tonight, I believe, on this, and Colli's going to handle that part. My responsibility is to talk about this new product, X926, in a kind of a high-level overview. If you've listened to Dr. Von Johnson, he's done an excellent job with it. If you've listened to Dr. J. Frederick Templeman, he's done a great job with it as well. I would invite you to get a hold of those conference calls that these great physicians are explaining, because they're going in great detail about this product. And of course, what my job is kind of boil it down in kind of layman's terms as to what it will actually mean for us as distributors of the product and how to encapsulate it in a way that it makes it a little bit easier to explain. So to jump right into it, I don't have the ability of having the slides that you'll be able to see. So unfortunately, you're kind of stuck at looking at me, I think, when we go through this, which I would much rather have you looking at the slides. You see them up there. Great. Okay, so you guys can look at these. And yeah, if you could just show those up there, that would be fantastic. That would be great. So what we're talking about here is a very, very large market. There's been books written about discovering things like the Fountain of Youth. There has been a whole lot of attention with the baby boomers trying to feel and act and live younger, longer, if you will. And let me just tell you, aging is the pits. I mean, that's basically what this slide is saying. Cardiovascular heart disease. This product is going to address it because you can take all the cancers in the world combined and it will not equal what most people die of, and that is cardiovascular problems. So cardiovascular heart disease, #1 killer in the world. Low energy, low immune function, bone density, muscle loss, weight gain, hormone imbalance, muscle atrophy, memory loss, lack of stamina, oxidative stress, inflammation, wrinkles, aging spots, etc., etc., etc. And we could go and spend an hour on any one of these topics alone. The bottom line is, getting old is no fun for the body. And yet, they've discovered in the last few years some very dynamic things about cellular division, about DNA, about how the cell works, how it divides, how to make the cellular division become better, last longer. I like the way Brenda Cook recently set it up in Canada. She said, and I had not heard this analogy before, she says it's like a key that you make for your home, and if you take the original key, and instead of using the original to make a copy of, you use another key, and then use that key to make another key, about the 5th or 6th or 7th copy, that key is going to what? No longer work in the lock because it's deteriorated so fast from the original key. I've also heard it explained like a copy on a copy machine, where you take an original copy and you make a photocopy, but instead of using the original again, you use the copy to make another copy. And then you use that copy to make another copy. What happens after about the 7th or 8th copy? It looks pretty bad. It's deteriorated. It's got spots on it. It's sideways. It doesn't look clean and crisp. Well, unfortunately, when our cells divide, they don't use the original blueprint. The original blueprint is what's called a stem cell. A stem cell is the original blueprint of the body. And so what you're trying to do is produce and find more original copies and make the original copy last longer in the body. And if you do that, you actually can slow the aging process. This is real science. It's very exciting what's happening here. And I'm so thrilled with Zango because their team of researchers are just second to none. You have the personal use. You have guys, the founders. You have Joe and Gordon and Aaron, Kent, all these guys, and Gary. They're, Kent running marathons. Joe is a Ironman how many times over now? You've got Gordon, who exercises as well, trying to, I guess, keep up with his brother, his younger brother maybe. But what you've got, we've got Papa G, the founder of the founders in the room, but he knows what I'm talking about here. And I just got to say that a lot of the products that we've seen recently has been from very personal development. Joe wants to run Ironmans. He wants more regenerative muscle. So he creates a product like Reload. Aaron, Gordon, those guys will drop 4 or 5 Red Bulls before they go on stage, so they have the excitement, the energy, the fun. And yet, we hear that, we go, what? The founders are drinking a product like that for a health and nutrition company? Well, they knew that too. And so they create a product like Limitless. And it's really fun to see how they take a personal interest in developing. And I can just see those guys going to their R&D team and saying, hey, I'm running Ironmans. Can you give me something that will help, and can you research it? And we come out with a product like Limitless. By the way, I think Joe's another movie lover, like his dad. And I think he was watching the Bradley Cooper movie, Limitless, and the idea popped into his head. Hey, why not? What a great name. And so they branded this product. At Ignite, we could talk just for an hour about Ignite and all that it does with nitric oxide and that great discovery and the Nobel laureate back in 1995 and all the excitement of that discovery and how it dates back to nitroglycerin and the study of nitroglycerin in cardiovascular health. You know, that's an old remedy when you put nitroglycerin under the tongue when you're having a heart attack to open up the cardiovascular system and have what they call a vasodilator, a vasodilation. We can spend an hour on Ignite, but we're not going to because we're going to talk about X926 tonight. But they are addressing real needs. And as a result, we're seeing the benefits as a Zango distributor because we have the ability to have these tools in our tool chest and address these things. So let me go to, like Tom, we're going to talk about the code name X926. The reason for X926, by the way, is because it is launching on September 26th. Aaron Garrity might tell you it's because it's his birthday, September 26th. But X926, whether it is, Aaron, hats off to you. It'll be the best birthday present you've ever had in your life. So, and by the way, if you've noticed a lot of purple or lavender or maroon or whatever color these are, I see a lot of it in the room tonight. When we first walked in a couple of weeks ago and we saw the orange balloons intermixed with purple balloons, we saw a hint of what's coming. And so I recently posted on Facebook, I sense a real run is going to happen on purple, lavender, and maroon ties. And it's hard for me to beat Anton Garrity at a good tie. He every time I go there, they say, oh, that color's already taken. I know who's taking it. So anyway, so what's key benefits of X926? Supports healthy DNA function and cellular energy production. Folks, think DNA, think original cells. An original cell is a stem cell or a cell that originates in the body that can convert into other cells. Those are actually reparative or regenerative cells, and we're going to talk about that in a minute. It improves mental and physical stamina, aids the body in stress management, helps reduce bodily fatigue, supports cardiovascular health by improving circulation. Okay, these are all key points that the company is making on X926. More, helps accelerate muscle regeneration and growth, balances hormone levels for improved sexual wellness, improves mood and well-being, and provides antioxidants to combat free radicals. Can it really be true? Can we really have a product like this that really will work? And would it really affect a $300 billion market? And the answer is outstandingly yes. Let's go through it real briefly here. Cellular regeneration. This regeneration is kind of the topic of all the hottest, latest DNA research. Can you really regenerate cellular growth? The answer is yes, you really can. This is the whole study behind stem cell research, and this is a relatively new field. It's very exciting. You've heard a lot about stem cell research has been in ethical terms, using it from the fetus. Now they know that the same stem cells are found in adult, called adult stem cells, so they don't have to go to the fetus anymore. This, it's fantastic what the research is. And they're studying XY, and XX chromosomal regeneration, how it deals with hormones. There's a whole science that we could speak on for hours about cellular regeneration. But here's the point. Come back to the key or to the copy machine. What we're trying to do in this product is basically help create the original cell to reproduce, to live longer and reproduce itself more accurately, less degeneration from cell to cell. You do that effectively, you basically slow or even reverse the aging process. Those are big words. I mean, those are big thoughts and big concepts. And that's, when you find out what's going on here, you'll begin to understand why that science is very real, just like the xanthone science that Colli and Tom talked about. So cellular regeneration, rejuvenation, feeling better, like Tom said, the less squeaks and creaks. I think that's how you said it, Tom? Where are you? You there? Back here, behind me? Okay. And cardiovascular health. Eliminating or reducing that number one thing that we're most likely going to drop from someday. So cellular regeneration. Let's look at what they've done here. Okay, not going to spend a lot of time on the mangosteen, only that it was a tremendous discovery. When Joe Morton was in northern Malaysia, right up to the Thai border, he saw this fruit. It was hanging from a stand. I know there's a whole bunch of various discoveries. He actually discovered it 2 or 3 times, and that's probably why you hear the same story come out 2 or 3 times. But the one that's one of my favorites, because I've actually been in a car on a road up in Penang in northern Malaysia. I have actually seen, as Joe did, the mangosteen hanging. Now, the reason why they hang it is because it only harvests twice a year. And it's very exciting when it harvests because the little fruit stands want you to know that it's there, that they have it in stock, that you can buy it and eat it right from the fruit stand. And so they stopped. Joe tried it. He ended up asking the billion-dollar question, actually multi-billion-dollar question. He said, does it have any medicinal value? And that little lady, you know, I don't mean to say little, but she probably is little because Malay and Thais are, you know, kind of short compared to Joe, who's tall. She has probably no idea what she started when you think about it. I think it'd be really fun to go back and find her and just say, hey, by the way, did you happen to know that you created a multi-billion-dollar company? But Joe asked that question, and as a result, the rest, as they say, is history. He validated what she was saying by asking a person he trusted, which was his younger brother, who happens to teach anatomy at one of the most recognizable medical schools in the United States, or at least we're proud of it here in our local state. And his brother David came back to him and said, Joe, you don't know what you've discovered here. There's 1.5 feet of research, and I'm just getting started. He says, it's absolutely amazing that this fruit hasn't found its way to the world yet. And what David had discovered was, you know, most of your pharmaceutical preparations come from a natural plant source. There were pharmaceutical companies that were actually using the xanthones. Joe, of course, got with people he trusted, his business partners. They began to realize what they had found, and they brought it to the world. And they, you know, locked themselves in a room. They're trying to come up with a name, and I think it gets attributed to Gordon, but Aaron might dispute that a little bit. But what it really comes down to is they realized that the heart of this company would involve the mangosteen. And so they took the active ingredient, xanthones, they took it from the active fruit, the mangosteen, and they came up with the word Zango. And I had an opportunity to see it scribbled on a tabletop with a crayon, very high-class professional presentation, where Gordon took a crayon and he wrote at Macaroni Grill, where we had dinner, he wrote the words X-A-N, capital G, little O. And I thought he was capitalizing the G for emphasis of Gordon in the name, but what I come to realize was it really was a go product. We really had Zango was a go product. It really was an opportunity business, and they've never forgotten that. So obviously the mangosteen is a key ingredient. It's very important. It is also in the new product. Now, I kept calling this lychee. In Mexico, they kept saying, no, your Spanish is horrible. It's lychee. Lychee. Well, I don't know. I call it still lychee. I don't know. I learned about it in Hawaii. But maybe it is lychee, tomato, I don't know. But they use the polyphenols, which is a concentrated, patented form of lychee fruit. And these polyphenols, they have found, have very profound effect in a concentrated form. Now, we could talk about this all night long. It would be better to eat 100 lychees, or would it be better to have it in a concentrated polyphenol form? And that's what the company has done here. And so they make it extremely bioavailable to the body. It has some very strong benefits. We could spend an hour alone just talking about polyphenols, but we're just going to say that that is one of the ingredients in the product. I'm going to talk about another ingredient in the product. This is a very cool discovery. In fact, I have to share a story that they told us 2 weeks ago. It is completely untrue, by the way. And that's because Aaron told it. So if Joe was telling it or Gordon was telling it, it'd have much more credibility. No, I'm just teasing Aaron. Love Aaron to pieces. We can tease because we love. But let me tell you, When Aaron said that Joe was climbing in the high mountains of the Himalayas, that part is questionable. And he said that he collapsed. He couldn't move anymore. He reached out. He put his hand into the syrupy substance. He grabbed it, put it in his mouth. He ate it. Miraculously, he felt better, and he could continue his climb. Okay, the reason I tell you that story is because it actually had some teaching points for me to understand where it came from and about what it does, even though it's completely untrue that Joe collapsed in the Himalayas and reached over and had this gooey substance in his hand. So, what is it? Shilajit as the way that I prefer to pronounce it. There's Shilajit, and that's how it's spelled, you would think. But this Shilajit, as it turns out, is quite a dynamic product, what they've discovered. It does grow in the very high mountains of the Himalayas. It is a tremendous discovery. I don't know that it's ever been brought to market before, to be honest with you. It has a tremendous history behind it. The locals there in the Himalayas actually first noticed a long time ago that monkeys would eat this when it was in season. And so the monkeys would, when the weather turned warm, they would come down, they would gather this up, and they noticed that it would rejuvenate them. They actually felt and looked and acted like they had restored health. And so this got the local Himalayans very interested in the product, and they started using the product. Now, it's very interesting that if you look at longevity rates around the world, you'll see some of the highest are in the Himalayas, which is quite interesting, a native area where the plant is grown. So this is a tremendous discovery. It looks like a piece of black rock there, or a fungus maybe, but it's actually kind of a waxy, syrupy substance that grows between the rocks and cracks up in the Himalayas. So quite exciting discovery. Okay, the rejuvenation blend. The rejuvenation has a group of amino acids, L-leucine, GABA, which has one of those technical names. I actually read it in Mexico, and the translator said blah, 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 blah. And I said, okay, I got it. It means no sense, just to the point that that the company has found that these amino acids work as a gateway, if you will, to allow better cellular production and reproduction. And this is quite a marvelous discovery. Just like our product Ignite, where we have L-arginine, L-citrulline, L-norvaline, beetroot extract, and the mangosteen powder, they have found that there's keys. Amino acids actually unlock. It's like a key that unlocks the door so that other ingredients can function better. There's things like chelated amino acids, where they can actually target minerals to go to certain parts of the body and actually perform their job better. We see that with a term called chelation, which is now about 15 years old, Gordon, or more, something like that. A great discovery where they can take amino acids and actually bind them to minerals and actually make them more absorbable in the body. See, people would say you are what you eat. But that's not really true. What's really true is you are what you absorb. And so if you take and eat a certain ingredient and it doesn't get absorbed in the body, it's not going to do your body good. It's like drinking water with minerals in it. If you drink water with minerals, they might just pass right through the body and be completely unabsorbed, like a rock. But if you can teach that rock to be absorbed better in the body, then you actually have a more bioavailable product. You're actually doing more good to your body by making it absorb easier. These are what these key amino acids do. And of course, aloe vera, I'm not going to spend a lot of time with that, or Tribulus terrestris, another amino acid. And aloe vera is well documented for its health benefits. So the cardiovascular blend, just to speak to a few minutes on this, there's some great studies that have been done with why people in France, wine and cheese in France is to bread and water in the U.S. I have spent extensive time in France. I will tell you that they love their wine and cheese. Well, they also have quite an interesting thing that we all know about, and they have a very low amount of heart cardiovascular disease or cardiovascular failure. Why? Well, a lot of research now is pointing to the wine consumption in France. The seed, the grape seed extract, the grape skin extract are very, very powerful because they contain an ingredient called resveratrol. And this resveratrol, they have discovered, is very strong for the heart and cardiovascular system. Like our Ignite product that has beetroot extract, the new formulation X926 also has the beetroot powder in it as well, because it is very good, very healthy for the cardiovascular system. So we could spend an hour on any one of these key ingredients, and the cool thing is that Zango has. They have taken the medical professionals. I mentioned two of them, Dr. Johnson, Dr. Templeman, and others. They have taken some researchers, and they have produced some very, very exciting slides and presentations that you can offer. Now, I'm not a scientist, I'm not a medical doctor, and so for me, it's like learning Spanish, and the translator said blah, blah, blah. The point is not so much the ingredients. The point is we have the company that brings the science and the credibility together. The reason why I joined Zango in the beginning was I trusted the founders of the company because I knew them personally. I trusted Joe Morton. That's a man without guile. Gordon, you've done a great job raising that boy. He's just an outstanding young man. I can call him young because I'm older than he is. I can say the very same thing about Gordon. I've known Gordon and Joe since I first met them when they were both teenagers. And I will tell you, they are outstanding men. Aaron Garrity, a fine young man who has won tremendous accolades for CEO of the Year. And he has taken some very bold initiatives with this company. And you'll see here in a minute why we're so excited about this. Kent Wood, can't say enough about him. He's before he came to Zango, as you know, he was a director of a multi-million-dollar company twice over, and had spent 6 years in one company, 6 years in another. He came with 12 years of financial experience. Zango was profitable by its third month, and look what they've been able to accomplish. You see this beautiful building that we're sitting in here, and you recognize the solid foundation. I will tell you that Zango has processed millions of commission checks around the world, and not once, not a single time, has a commission check been late. Has any of your commission checks ever once been late? Never. They process them every week, every month, and every quarter, depending on the bonus, and they never miss a check. And I attribute that to the team that we have. Gary Hollister, his beautiful wife Beverly, tremendous people. They love distributors. When I embrace both of them, I have the feeling that they have genuine love for the distributors, and that cannot be underestimated in this industry. They know that only when we're successful as distributors are they successful as a company. And that's been one of the thrills for me, is to watch them be the same individuals that they are in spite of all the millions that they've made. If Joe or any of the founders were here in this room, I guarantee you he'd be one of the last to leave and probably turn off the lights on the way out. And that's fantastic. And trust me, if this is your first company you've ever looked at, I actually truly envy you, because you haven't gone through, as Colli and I have, 24 years, 25 years in the industry. Gordon, 25 more plus years we've been associated together. I will tell you that is rare in this industry. And so with that, I'm going to give it back to Colli to talk more about the opportunity. Thank you so much.
So as he's talking about this X926 product, how many of you are like so excited, can't wait to try it? Like just, oh, you just got to have that product. I don't see the young hands going up. I wonder why. I see some young hands going up. But you know what? Here's what's a really cool thing is within this wonderful company called Zango, there's this new division starting. And this division is not just an anti-aging product. This division, we're code name calling it ZAG. Sometimes people they hear ZAG. What is that? X926 ZAG, which is it? ZAG is kind of the code name for the new division within Zango, and X926 is the code name for this amazing anti-aging product that's about to start. So this company has this amazing anti-aging, which I am so excited about. So I got to tell you my little story. So I was given a week's supply about 2.5 weeks ago. I still have a packet left because I started taking half dosages, and now I'm down to a third because I am not going to run out before I get my hands on some more. So the less packs I have, the longer I make it last. But the second day I had taken this product, the first thing I noticed was I have had a numbness going down the side of my leg, all the way down, like a skunk stripe down the back, except for down the side of my leg, half my right foot, after a car accident I was in, just completely numb, no feeling in it whatsoever. Second day, there's still a little numbness on the pinky toe. That's it. And as I took this product, I heard some of the other people say, man, I felt amazing right away. And so I took it the first time, I didn't really notice anything, took it again. But then the third time I tried it, this time I took it and I got into bed, watched a show, and I just listened silently, observing what I was feeling inside my body. And I started to feel a tingling from my cells. I swear, I know it sounds crazy, but you just wait until there's thousands of people telling this and you'll know I'm not. Because I can feel my body, I can feel my cells regenerating. I really can when I'm just still quiet, just really feeling it. And I can see some doubt on your face, but in a month, I'll ask you how you feel on this product because you'll be telling the same story. It's incredible. But let me just tell you about if it's not just the X926 that's part of this new division. We're moving over this amazing Surveil Pro line into X926. I want to tell you just about those products just for a second. So 3 products came out for people who want to work out, right? We have a Limitless, which is a natural, healthy energy drink. It's only 3 grams of sugar, only 15 calories, is way lower in the caffeine, and it gives you this natural, sustained energy without the crash, very healthy, right? And so they came out with this product 1.5 years ago. But about February, a young man gets involved in this company and gets onto this Limitless and loves it and starts realizing that, oh my gosh, everyone under 30 drinks energy drinks. Well, I want you to know, people over 30 drink too. But everyone under 30, all these students and young people, we know that. And we've seen increased emergency room visits and health problems because of it. And there is so much stuff on the news, deaths, the FDA's investigating, heart attacks they're investigating because of this. So there's this huge need. And so all of a sudden these young people get involved, and what do? They start telling all their friends who tell all their friends who tell all their friends that, hey, does Red Bull pay you to drink that? Well, unless you're one of the athletes that Red Bull sponsors, probably not. So they just share energy drinks, and their friends are just, instead of buying Starbucks, now they're buying Limitless. Same money, right? Only now they start referring and they're getting checks, and they started a movement called Millionaire by 30. I'm over 30, but I'm in the movement because I am sharing Limitless with everyone I know at any age. So I just want you to know, whether you're over 30 or under 30, we've got exciting products that are part of this new division. And the other really cool thing is there's an exciting whole new financial opportunity, and that's what I'm going to talk about, because in Zango we've got one income stream, right? But within this new division called ZAG, we've created a second income stream. And I'm going to pull up, Tom, it's the second presentation. I'm not going to do the rest of the slides on the first one because we have some new, updated, very exciting slides here. So here we go. All right. So X926 is obviously an extremely exciting product. If you're talking to somebody in their 20s, tell them about Limitless. If you're talking to somebody older, tell them about X926. But we've got something exciting for everyone. And when they get involved in, as a matter of fact, this is just one income stream. So all I'm going to do is talk to people about Limitless or X926. Bring them to the table, because what I call it is the new sexy front end to Zango, and an easy story to tell, and something nobody else is telling, right? We bring them in, they try the products, and oh, by the way, in a month or so, I've trained them on Zango, trained them on the compensation plan. I've had them write their list and set their goals, and I'm in their living room and I'm helping them do meetings and bring people in, and they get a little group going. And then, oh, by the way, do you know we have a whole catalog full of phenomenal products that Zango, the company behind this X926, has to offer? Matter of fact, here's the catalog. Do you use shampoo or conditioner? I mean, we have more transfer buy products, right? And all you have to do is find $100 a month worth of products over here to buy, and you can make 2 income streams. Is that exciting or what? All right, let's just go through this. So, codename X926, it addresses aging issues, launching at Zango Bold in 2013. Everyone in this room I know will be at Zango Bold because you're here, you're local. Everybody, I forgot to make the announcement. Please turn off your cell phones. Don't answer your cell phone, sir. Can you? This is my father. No, sorry. You cannot get away with that. Zango Bold, this is going to be the biggest, boldest, baddest convention that's ever been in the face of network marketing. I'm telling you what, it is. It for sure is, and you need to get there. And by the way, there are still tickets available. And yeah, people in this room have no excuse, right? Because you don't have to get airfare and hotels. So for you, it's a ticket. But, you know, even those of you who are listening, okay, help him turn that off, please. But wherever you have to go, whatever you have to do, the first time I ever went to a convention is what changed my life. I'd been in network marketing part-time for 5 years. And after 5 years, I was still struggling part-time. I mean, I was building a little group, and I was making a little bit of money, and I was certainly enjoying the tax benefits of owning my own home-based business. But I certainly was not in the $1 Million Club. I was not in the 5-figure club at this point in time. And somebody one day told me how important it was to go to the convention. You have to go to the event. See, the event's where you get the big picture, and you get to talk to all kinds of people you're going to meet from all over the world. And they're going to tell you their why they're there. And their whys inspire your why. And what's a why? A why is why you're doing this. And if you've got if you have a little why, you're going to make a little money. But if you have a great big why, you're going to make great big money. And the more people that you meet who have big whys inspire your why to be even bigger, because now your why can also be to help other people with their whys. Now, let's talk about our compensation. And we can just go right over to the slides if... Make sure, Tom, are you on the right slides? Because I'm not. The one that was on the pen. Do you have the pen? Well, that's this one. The first thing is the one that Dwayne's are different than mine. That is. I'm just going to tell you the compensation plan, because 99% of the time you're going to be telling somebody the comp plan on the phone anyway, right? So we don't even need the visuals. So it's all about 3 people. Again, you find 3 people. That's all we're looking for, a team of 3. We're going to be able to make a 5-figure monthly income and travel the world with a team of 3, folks, and that's what it is. That's right. And it's even bigger. You can build a bigger, better, badder business with a team of 4 or 5 or more. But 3 is all we really need, so let's just talk about that. Now, Zango's compensation plan is the same. Zango's compensation plan, we find 3 people, help them find 3 people, help them find 3 people, and we can become a 1K with 1,000 in volume and 3 people who are doing $100 each. Over in Zaga, it's a little different. We're qualifying on volume here. Do we have it up there? All right. Is that the new slide, I hope? Because it sure doesn't look like mine. All right, fine. You show whatever you want to show, and I'm just going to look over here. Because we've had technical difficulties. And so for those of you around the world, just know that technical difficulties happen, and it's okay. We deal with it. So in ZAG, we have a 1K too, but the 1K is a little bit different. So here's how it is. You have to do $100 a month personally on ADP. You have to have 3 active legs. We don't know how to turn that off. And we have to have 1,000 points in total group volume, and we become a 1K. To become a 5K, we have to be doing $100 personal on ADP, and we have to have 3 groups that we personally sponsored. So what is a group? I sponsor somebody, And they sponsor customers and distributors, and some sponsor customers and distributors, and so on. That's a whole group. So in that group, total somewhere, there has to be 1,000 points. 3 different groups that I personally sponsored have to have 1,000 points, and I have to have a total of 5,000 to become a 5K. Now, how is that different? 3 people I sponsored, they have 1,000 in their group. I have 5 in mine. I'm done. How simple is that? That is wonderful. 5K, what do we get at a 5K level? We get to participate in what's called the Drive Your Own Dream program, where we are actually eligible to earn a lifestyle bonus. So what's a lifestyle bonus? The ability to drive your own dream. What is your dream? Is your dream a new car? If it is, for you, it's a car program for you. Is it a boat? Is it a motorcycle? Is it a motorhome? Is it an airplane? Is it to go to college? Is it to send your grandchildren to college? Is it to buy a vacation home? Whatever your dream is, this lifestyle bonus will help you drive your dream. And all you have to do is be a 5K with a total of 10,000 in volume in your group. Okay, so I'm a 5K, I have 3 active legs with 1,000 points in each one. And my total group volume is now 10,000. Now I'm a 5K that's eligible to receive the Drive Your Own Dream bonus. Wow. There's more. The 20K. A 20K, you can become a 20K by buying $200 worth of products. And you develop 3 groups that have 5,000 in total volume in them. Again, the person I sponsored may not even be active, may not even have an order. Maybe I sponsored somebody who sponsored somebody who sponsored somebody and went through a divorce, or who knows what the heck happened in their life that they're gone. But somewhere in here, somebody's doing something, right? You can't have a group with 5,000 in points unless somebody's working. And all of a sudden, there's 5,000 points in this leg. It's still my group. It doesn't matter who did what. It doesn't matter where that 5,000 points comes from. Distributors, customers, combination of 5,000 points. 3 of those groups, I sponsored somebody where somebody in that group worked. The person I sponsored doesn't have to work. The people they sponsored don't have to work. Somebody's got to work. 3 groups, 5,000 in volume. And I have a total of 20,000 in volume. I'm a 20K. And at the 20K level, I get a little bigger lifestyle bonus. I also get a rank advancement bonus. We have rank advancement bonuses going on from the 20K position above. When you hit this title 20K, whether it takes you 1 year or 10 years, you will get a $3,000 rank advancement bonus. And if you hit it within 180 days or 6 months of signing up, they're going to make it 5,000. So would you like 3,000 or 5,000? 5,000, let's do it in 6 months. Let's put a plan together. Let's go to work. It doesn't matter to you. It takes you 20 years to do it. You're going to get the $3,000 when you hit it. How's that for awesome? The next level is the Premier. Premier, I do 200 points myself. I have 2 groups that are doing at least 20,000 total in the group and 1 at 5,000. Again, doesn't matter what the person I personally sponsored does. Just somewhere in that group, a leader develops. And I have a total of 50,000 in volume in my organization. I am now a Premier. Lots of wonderful things happen at the Premier level. One of them is I'm getting the full depth of the compensation plan, 9 full levels. I'm also getting a piece of the global bonus pool. And I'm also getting a rank advancement bonus. I'm getting a dream trip for 2. And if I do it within 1 year of signing up, I get a dream trip for 2 plus a lot of cash. A lot of cash to spend on my dream trip. Pretty exciting stuff. But wait, there's more. The 100K level, $10,000 rank advancement bonus when you hit 100K. $25,000 at the 200K level. $50,000 at the 500K level. Oh, but wait, if you hit 100K in 2 years, they're going to make it 25 grand. If you hit 200K within 3 years, it's going to be $50,000. And if you hit 500K within 4 years, it's $100,000. Oh, well, but wait, by the time I get to 500K within 4 years, I got the 100 and the 50 and the 25 and the dream chip for 2 plus the cash plus the 5,000 at 20K plus, oh, what's the average income of a 500K? 6 figures a month? I think, folks, there's a heck of a business opportunity here, and it's going to be even easier to tell than ever before. All right, I'm going to go through some numbers here and tell you what the commissions are, and because we don't have all of you get to see these numbers, but oh, hey, all the live stream. Nope, because you're looking at the wrong one. Doesn't matter. Those of you that are watching on live stream, these numbers just got updated on this PowerPoint literally an hour and a half ago, and so they are not on the ones that are on the screen. However, they are at zango.com/X926. You need to log in to be able to see the information. You want to click to view more information, and then you want to go over to the left-hand side. It says Distributor Tools. You want to click on that, and then look down, and you'll see policies and procedures that have been updated. They don't even go into effect yet, but they're there now so that you can look at this compensation plan right now and get the exact numbers. But we have a 9-level unilevel, right? We've all seen the 9-level unilevel before. Only they did something really interesting with the bonuses. They kind of flipped level 1 and 9 upside down. It's 2% on level 1, which we all have 5 or 10 people on our level 1. And it's 5% on level 9, which at the premier level, we're talking hundreds or maybe thousands, depending on what level you're at, 200K premier. So a very, very, very large percentage of the pie. Because remember, you sponsor a few, who sponsor a few, who sponsor a few, who sponsor a few. 9 is like this. And the levels now are 2% on level 1, 5% on level 2. That's paid to a rep. Preferred rep gets level 3, 5% more. A 1K gets level 4, 5% more. A 5K gets level 5, 5% more. 20K gets level 6 and 7, 5%, 5%. And a premier gets level 8 and 9, 5%, 5%. A lot of money and a great big, huge raise in the unilevel. Now let's talk about Power Start bonuses. Power Starts, how are some of these amazing, great things funded? They're funded, and some of the great programs and stuff we have, because we have Power Starts that are paid weekly on new distributor orders as well as customer orders. And that's our incentive originally for people to first get involved and to be able to make good money up front, right? Because a lot of people have JOBs, they're used to trading time for money. So the Power Start helps you get a bigger check up front on your sponsoring efforts, and then the residual kicks in. What's your excuse? It's okay. That's really funny. So the Power Start bonus, this is the brand new, the first order that any of your new distributors make. You're going to get 15% on level 1 if you're on 100 points with no ADP. If you're on 100 points with an ADP, then it's 25%. And if you, on level 2, you can get 25% or 15%. So this is this is the Power Start on the X926 volume. All right, incentives. They also take on all those initial orders and put 5% in the incentive pools, 3% in the global bonus pool, 2% in the 500K pool, and there's our 50%. Now this is something that Zango started from the very first day they started, with a 50-50 partnership with their distributors. Zango pays 50%. They always have, they always will, and ZAG, also the ZAG division, is the same 50%, and they always will, because we're partners in this business. We have something called dynamic compression, by the way. For those of you who are new and don't know what it is, ask somebody who does, because dynamic compression is one of the biggest reasons there's over 100 millionaires in this company, and why so many people have looked at Zango and continue to look at Zango today, especially with the new program rolling out, again, with the 50% and the dynamic compression. Dynamic compression just simply means this. As you're working your way through the compensation plan, if I'm a 1K, I'm eligible for 4 levels. So what happens if I have volume on my 5th level or my 6th level? Most companies keep it. I mean, you're not eligible to earn it, so there's no reason why you should get it, because you have to climb the ladder and get the ranks to get the money. But most companies keep it, which actually creates competition between the distributors and the company, right? The distributor or the company wouldn't want you to be that successful if you just took more money out of their pocket. So Zango pays it. If you're not eligible, the first person in your upline who is will get it. Your 5th level would go to the first person above you who's qualified for 5 levels, which is a 5K or above. Your 6th level would go to the first person in your upline. But here's what it means for you as you're building a team. If you stay one step ahead of the rank of your downline, you get infinity bonuses. What does that mean? If I'm a 5K and I've got 3 1Ks and I've got volume down 20 levels deep, I'm getting 20 levels. I'm not just getting the 5% that I can earn. This is in Zango and will always stay, and it's here too. So yes, dynamic compression, 50-50. We love that. Customer Connect. The Customer Connect program is actually going to pay us down through 9 levels of customers. So we not only on our own customers get a 15% bonus, but we also get to earn a weekly residual check customer bonus on all of our 1st level distributors customers, our 2nd level distributors customers, 3rd level, down through 9 levels. So level 1 is 15%. Your customer, 15%. Levels 2 through 5 is 3%. Levels 6 through 9 is 2%. And then on all that customer bonus, they throw 5% in the incentive pool, 5% global bonus, 3% into iBonus is still at ZAG. Very exciting, 2% in the 500K. And there's your total of 50%. So bullet pointing, the last is just Customer Connect. It spans to 9 levels. And there is title compression for all ranks and all levels now in the Zango side. So let me just say that again. In Zango, title compression for all ranks at all levels. So just like in ZAG, I'm excited that it's on volume because the person you sponsor is not always the builder, right? It's not always who you know, but it's who they know. So in ZAG, it's exciting because I can sponsor someone who sponsors someone who sponsors someone, and then that's the leader, right? And we call it working with the heat, with the leader. We want to be able to do that. In Zango, we can do that too now. Because with title compression at all level means I can be a 5K if I have 3 legs where somebody in the leg has hit the level of 1K. That's extremely exciting. All right, we're going to look at this. Qualifying in Zango and X926 separately just simply means this. You want a Zango check? Buy Zango products. You want a ZAG check? Buy ZAG products. You want to make twice as much money? You make sure that you get both. And right now at zango.com/X926, download the pre-order form. You can pre-order today. The products will be shipped on the 25th of your convention. Pick up your products there. There's several packs to choose from. There's discounted and special. You want to get in this thing. And I want to say this in closing this part of it, but I also would like to invite some people up. Certainly, Papa G, we just need to hear from you, and I'd like for you to share your experience on the product as well. And there's some MB30ers in the crowd, and I would just love to hear from you all as well, because this company now, we've got something for everyone. We've got the under 30 crowd with the MB30, which is exciting as can be. And now, us older folks, we feel pretty excited too, because we're going to live a lot longer, we're going to make a lot more money, and we're going to have a whole lot more fun. So I just want to close my part of it, though, with this. Is some people they get caught up in the analytical ones, I guess. Well, what about this, and what about that, and could I do this? And you know what? Turn your brain off. We don't care about, figure all of that out. In 90 days, we'll have all the answers we need. Matter of fact, at convention, we're going to get a lot of the answers that we need. But right now, get in this thing, get your product, tell everyone you know, and watch what's going to happen to your life in the next 90 days. In 90 days, if you don't think you're experiencing amazing things with this product and with an additional stream of income, then you can think about it and go and start analyzing. But it's no time for thinking now. See, it's go time, and go time is no time for resting. It's no time for thinking. It is only time for action. So, Tom, I know you've got some folks up here. I certainly want Papa G to come up and share. We're just going to have a couple of people here because we know we got started late. We're over time. So I want to respect everybody's time and thank all of you there. But I do want you to hear from a few other people. Papa G, why don't you start with this, because you are on the product, and we certainly want to hear your experiences with X926. And, of course, this is the founder of the founders, folks. We love you.
Thank you, Colli. feeling very good. And why do you want to feel good at 72 or 9? By the way, 50 is the old age of youth. 60 is the youth of old age. So, you know, we've got the both bases covered.
Okay.
And why does why not go to be 90 or 95? You may want to climb a mountain. You want to go to 100, you can do it. And by the way, Dwayne mentioned my son, Joseph, is an Ironman triathlon runner. He's done 8.5. 8.5. He just did a half Ironman a week ago with his son, Katie. They've climbed 2 mountains, most recently Ibis? In Russia. In Russia. Elbis, yeah. And he's done the Himalayan, he's going to. Anyway, I've used this product for just a week. That's all I had, a week, and I feel very good. I'm already using Limitless, and I have to tell you this story. Recently my wife was asking me to cut this big hedge down in the back. And I hadn't used one of these power cutters for a while, you know, these hedge trimmers. And I was up this level, and I got the doggone thing done. But when I was finished, my muscles were 3 blocks behind me. And I took reload. Within an hour, I had hardly any pain at all. And the other product, Limitless, I start with before I do my exercise routine, and I feel buzz most of the time. It's a buzz. It's kind of like a, if anybody's ever had what's the vitamin B rush? Niacin rush. Have you ever had that?
Oh, yeah.
And I guess if I was a woman, it'd be a hot flash. But it's about the same thing, okay? But something's going on in the body. The Chinese philosophers say you don't have to seek a miracle. You are a miracle. But we need the right opportunity. Zango is the opportunity company, both financially and health-wise. And I don't know, we've got a lot of young people in the audience tonight, MB30 group, that want to be millionaires by 30, and you will do it if you keep it in your mind. And the thing is about money, it's just a tool with which an imaginative person builds something, okay? Like pay all your college debts down and that sort of thing, because I understand university students now come out with an education, but also with a big debt load. And so with Zango, you can create abundance. One of the beautiful things about being healthy and smart is with network marketing, you have your regular job, which you can make a living with, and that's super, that's fine. But you can make a fortune part-time with Zango network marketing, and that's super fine. And you can do both simultaneously. And as Colli said, you can go at any rate you want, can't you, Colli?
Absolutely.
Yeah? Okay, now, I don't know how long Heavenly Father wants me to live, but I'll tell you this. Everything in the universe works by law and order. There's no, Einstein put it nicely, Albert Einstein said, there's no spare pieces in the universe, everything fits, okay? And we fit, too, but we can be in a fit if we don't take care of ourselves by following natural laws. And one thing that Zango has done, and Dwayne hit on it very nicely, thank you, these young guys that are running the company, they're their own guinea pigs. They have evolved the company through their own process of personal health and development. And that's cool. And then we get to be the beneficiaries of all that. If you're not on this new program, check it out. It looks like it's going to be a winner. And I would be surprised to see if eventually they'll all merge together. I don't know. Zango started it all. We've been on it. My wife and I use Zango juice every day of our lives. My wife's got skin like a baby's bottom. She's in great health. She's 76. She's 77 this June passed. And she's clunking along. She's got a few creaks and so on. I haven't figured out how to get up at the 4 o'clock mark, though, and bounce to the washroom. Something to look forward to. So anyway, we are walking examples, my wife and I, of health and nutrition from the inside out because we put the right stuff in. And the body is just a printout of the mind. And if you don't like your body, change the printout of your mind. Change the way you think. Change the things you put into your diet. And lo and behold, you will appear in a different body henceforth. And it will be noticeable. People will look and say, gee, what are you doing? And you can tell them, it's a secret. I use these products. And they're really good. You want to try them. Thank you.
Only for a moment. like the Limitless and the Ignite and the Reload in a little powder that you open up and you put into water. So everybody here tonight, I only have 2 samples left, but I am gonna put this in a water and give everybody a little tiny taste so that you can at least experience X926. For those of you at home, you're just gonna have to imagine. This is what it looks like, folks. It'll be in a nice package thing, but this is what it is. So, and lots of texts from people that are so excited and on fire. So again, we're going to do this, and I know it's time to close out, but maybe just a couple of you that just want to come up and say a little. I just want to hear from a couple. Nick, I want to hear from. I think. Yeah, and Eva, because. Oh, good, because not only are you MB30 and on fire, which is exciting, but you're also excited about X926, and I know why. So come up and share with us real quick while we
Come on up, come on up, Eva.
while we make some X926.
Bounce up here, girl. Oh, she's getting wired up, okay. All right. Just hold that, puppies. There you go. Come on out. I'm excited. You know, I met, look at this young, trim gal. And I met her for the first time at the veil. Why did she use the veil? But she actually used the veil and lost more. So she loves to stay trim and fit, and I'm excited you jumped into this MB30, and now you're going to keep jumping and moving on. So
Thanks, Tom. So my name is Eva, and Tom asked me to share why is it that I'm so excited about X926, this new movement, and most importantly, the opportunity. So ever since I was a kid and I knew what the word entrepreneur meant, I don't know, I was literally like 4 or 5 years old. I was like, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to be an entrepreneur. And it was when I was in college getting that degree when I started working with these entrepreneurs and small business owners, and it wasn't really what I thought. It wasn't like this idealistic, oh, I'm going to own my own business, I'm going to do this thing. It was more of these people I worked with lots of businesses. I wrote business plans for them, strategies, and they were either really passionate about what they were doing and then using 24 hours in a day to do it, or they just didn't have the business mindset to do it. So it wasn't matching up in terms of my dream and where I saw myself going. I ended up getting the opposite of what I thought. I got a really good job with a well-known financial investment firm, and I was trading time for money, like Colli said. And just every fiber in my being was thinking, this isn't what I wanted. This isn't my path. I wasn't helping people, and that's what I want to do. I want to help people reach their goals. And so I will never trade time for money in that manner again. And why I'm so excited about this, I mean, the financial opportunities there, and Colli and Dwayne and Tom and everybody has talked about that. And that's fine. Financial opportunity is great. But for me, what's most important is the opportunity to change someone's life. And I have some team members here. I have 4 people that came today. And these guys, just watching their lives change, whether it's more positivity in their life or, I mean, they tell me all the time how their lives have changed because of this opportunity. And for me, that's the most important thing. You know, Millionaire by 30, that's an awesome concept, and I think that can happen. And for that to happen along the way, that's amazing. But to see in someone's eyes and their life how you're changing it, and the opportunity that you can provide, whether it's for their health or just a positive lifestyle, that's the most important thing to me. And it really moves me to see these guys, how their lives are changing every day just by being a part of this opportunity, being a part of this program. And I know Chris, who's here with a couple people on his team, is going to share his story a little bit too. And for me, that's why I'm so excited, Tom. Yeah, the Millionaire by 30, that's an awesome movement. But for me, seeing these people, and these guys, there's 3-4 millionaires in the room right now, and they're my friends. And it doesn't matter to me how much they make, and hopefully they see me in the same manner, but they are my friends, and they help change my life, just like I'm helping change the people in my group's life. And for me, that's what it's all about. A healthy opportunity and an opportunity to change your life for the better. So Thanks, Tom.
Awesome, Eva. Thank you. Wow. Okay. Whole new perspective for me to think about now, from a young person. Imagine that. The next person I want to invite up is Chris. And as I've gotten to know Chris through Facebook and some of the things he posts, I've realized that Chris has a real passion in his life. And I know I know what some of his dreams are now. And it's neat to know that young people can dream again. You know, my wife and I got married at 19, and we had a few dreams back then. And I'll tell you what, Chris and Eva, they quickly disappeared because we didn't have an opportunity like this. And so, Chris, come on up and share with us just for a minute about MB30 and X926. Thank you.
Hey, my name's Chris. I was actually going to school to be a massage therapist, and I've got a 4-year-old boy that's got cystic fibrosis. He was born on December 25th, 2008, and our whole lives were shifted from like thinking, oh, we're just going to have a baby, to they said that your wife's got preeclampsia, this child's going to die, and the mother's not going to make it either. I went out and I hit the deck in the hospital, and I was like, please, what do I need to do? I'll do anything. And, you know, like, just through all that, like, opportunities have just spilled into my way, going through all these struggles. And we created a team called Orion's Army that goes out and does all these obstacle course races, marathons, and all kind of local music events and stuff. And that led me in getting into massage therapy because I like helping people. And while at school for massage therapy, I met Eva. Eva got me into the Zango thing, and I was put off because I was like, oh, another network marketing scheme, sales, this and that. I don't want to do that. I've got a 4-year-old boy who might die if I don't take care of him properly. And through all that, though, Eva actually persisted, and she was a very good friend who's always been there, was supportive through all that. I was like, wow, these Zango people are real. You know, it wasn't just like, oh, you don't want to come buy our stuff and make us some money, then we're not going to talk to you anymore. But I got into it, and I'm so excited about it now because I never had the motivation before that I do now. I figured I'd try things for about 6 or 7 months and just give up on them. And through this, I've just, you know, since I started on this, I've changed a lot of principles in my life. I find myself, I quit drinking, I've been clean for almost 6 months now. And I'm just reaching out to people more so than I ever did before. Before it was all about me, thinking, hey, I can see what kind of stuff I can squander and squeamish out of all these different people. And now I'm more focused and fixated on helping other people. It's not so much about me. And I found that when I help other people do what they're dreaming about doing, and that's all I need. And you know, I'm just looking forward to this now because there's so many opportunities are coming into our path here that allow us ways of reaching out and helping people that we don't even know. And that's a benefit that I really look forward to because it's, you know, I get good health out of this. I love the products, and I've had a lot of good experiences. But just coming here since I started in July, I have made more friends that motivate me in this last little while than I have in my entire life. And for that, I'm very grateful. That's all I've got to say right now. Thank you.
Nick, I think you got called on, didn't you? Come on up, bro.
All right.
Here's another young person that's on fire. Nicholas Anderson.
Hey, thanks.
Come on up.
It's good to be here with you guys. It's exciting to see everything happening. You know, I came into Zango a few years after it started, and I knew there was a lot of excitement going on because, you know, I got to know Dwayne, Tom, Gordon, Colli, and, you know, and I saw what it was to be there right after the beginning. And I don't know if you guys have ever seen something where you look back and you're like, oh, I knew that was going to happen, but I didn't get into it. Or, you know, I had an opportunity to buy that stock at this price and then it skyrocketed. This is what X926 is all about. It's having a second chance in a company that's already killing it and proving that it's worth something. And, you know, everything said here tonight has been right on. Zango is a people company. They do what's right for the people, and they bring in the right type of people because it's people that care about each other. It's products that help help your lives change, and it's products that help you benefit and improve and progress. And that's X926 is going to be amazing. And don't miss out on it, because the opportunity, as you see, is going to be double, just because you have double opportunity to earn more income, you have double opportunity to help your dreams come true, and you have double opportunity to help the people around you be successful and take them with you along the way. Because no matter what happens, if you put your mind to it, you set the goals, you're going to do it, you can be successful, and you want to take as many people with you as possible. And you can't do that without bringing, you can't be successful without bringing people with you in Zango. And that's what I love about the compensation plan. That's what I love about the company. That's what I love about these leaders, because they take us all with them wherever they go. And so, you know, with MB30, that's where it all begins. These kids that come out of college, they're looking for stuff. You can get them in early, help them, guide them, teach them, mentor them to earn that income, to open their mind. That's the exciting piece about what MB30 is doing, and X926 is going to do the exact same thing. And we're going to go to the top. That's all I want to say. That's all I need to say. And you guys have done a great job, Tom and Colli. It's been amazing. Thanks.
I'm going to actually call Colli back up. I wish you could see her. She's actually pouring X926, and she's mixed up some bottles, and she's pouring it out in little glasses and distributing it.
I only got to this half of the room.
We'll make sure, I'm sure everybody wants to taste it, right?
Right.
Come on, right? Yeah, okay. All right, you're going to close it out, and I'm going to play a little music.
All right, awesome. Great. Is it gonna? How long? I got to talk till he gets here and puts this song on, because I asked for a particular song that I wanted to close the meeting out with, folks, because what's about to happen here has happened to me before, and that is my life that turned into a party overnight. I mean, literally, because it's so fun doing this business. It is so fun changing lives. It is fun helping people make money. It is fun bringing in a team of people and going and traveling the world together. It was fun riding elephants in the jungle with Papa G and with Dwayne, and it's been fun to share some of the most amazing beaches of the world together. And you know what, with X926, even some of us older folks are pumped up, on fire again. And I know the Limitless got me excited, but the X926 has me way more than just excited. So what I want to say to you is it's go time, folks. We've only got a few more weeks before this officially launches in Salt Lake City at convention. You are where I was almost 11 years ago with some information about something coming that was going to be so huge. So, folks, let's get this party started.